All right, so hello, everybody. Thanks for joining me on today's session. Um, what I intend on talking about today is what I think is one of the more useful features of the platform, which is the listings feature. And so we're going to jump into that and have a deep dive into it. And I'll show you what that looks like. Just real quick, I will show you the traction I have within the platform. This is the activity I have going on in the last 24 hours. I got a lot of people looking at houses. I have a new lead that came in through a Facebook post that I did. And so when you really start using the platform, you can see that it gains traction. So it does take time, it does take effort. And what I've found is that you really have to create a schedule around giving time to the platform and doing all these things you need to do. For instance, right here, this is a post that I put on my community page. This is a Roseville community post, and I'm posting about what's going on in the market. And then I created this squeeze page that is the market report for Roseville. And it's going to load for me. And now everyone will hit this. And it's just information. When I'm doing my Facebook posts, I'm really focused on information and not advertising. I'm not saying, hey, use me as a realtor. And really what I did to create this post is I went into my AI that I've trained to be my digital assistant. And I told AI to summarize this market report with a call to action. And so when I did that, it came up with exactly what to say, made it very simple just to go in, and then I posted it out there. It's just putting your name out there that you're an expert in the market. So I did this on several different platforms this morning, and that was just part of my morning routine. And I did it for all of the cities in the market where I want to be present.
Alex, I have a quick question.
Go ahead.
You brought up a topic. Would you be offering any AI classes to understand how to better finesse what you just shared? Because that might be helpful.
Yeah, so I've had a number of requests for an AI class, and I've talked to Phil Stringer. I took Phil Stringer's class, and every time I see him at a conference, him and I have pretty detailed conversations. Phil Stringer's class right now is $6,000, and he has an academy, and that's really, I'm kind of patterning what I'm doing after Phil, but obviously he covers a lot broader area with the AI, because AI touches on everything from just being your digital assistant to creating video and so on and so forth. And so what I'm thinking of doing is just focusing. This is Phil Stringer's the prompts. These are all the prompts, and they're constantly updated. And what I find is that 90% of the stuff I don't use on a daily basis. But the 10% that I do use is so powerful that I have a digital assistant that's right here anytime I need it. If I needed to summarize this market report with a call to action, boom, it does it for me. And you read through it. If I needed to correct an email or revise an email or write a blog post, all this stuff. So what I'm formulating right now is an AI class that's just focused on getting your AI to be your personal digital assistant. And so, Steve, I'm glad you asked that question. I'm going to get with you and really focus in on that, but we're going to offer that class. It'll be a paid for class, and I will share with you the Phil Stringer prompts. I've already talked to Phil about sharing these, and he's like, Alex, yeah, that sounds good, because he's looking at the much bigger picture. But anyway, back to the case at point. I will announce that class when it becomes available. I want to focus in on the listings. Okay, so because this is a fully IDX compatible website, every single listing that's in MLS our MLS is in here. So within that, when you're marketing properties, like last week, Steve gave you the example of when you're doing an open house, you get the people into the open house, you build rapport, and then you go in and you look for other listings that you can share with them. So I'm just going to take a random listing. These are all the new listings. These sort by date automatically. Here's one in Citrus Heights. I haven't looked at this one yet. You did? Yeah, technical problem here. Okay. Tell me when it's back. All right.
You're back. It looks like my face is up there now. There you go. Screen's done.
Okay. So am I back? Hey, Angel.
You're not screen sharing on Zoom. You're back up on the big screen. So
Okay.
share screen.
Go back to that squeeze page a minute.
We'll go at the end. Okay. All right. Is my screen share back?
Yes.
Okay. And you got my KvCORE screen up?
Yes, we do.
All right. Thank you. Okay. So this is just a random listing that I chose. And so under Steve's scenario of I'm going to invite him in, build rapport, and then I want to show them other listings. Okay. Within KvCORE, you look at nearby listings and it pulls them up for you. And in this case, it pulled up a lot of them. But the point is that you don't need to have your MLS open in addition to KvCORE, because you can look at nearby listings. You can look at similar listings. And so it pulled up 13 similar listings. And then if you want to take and send these, you select them all, and then you can email them. So if I wanted to email these to Steve, Steve's in my database. Steve is not in my database. That's funny. But you can see it pulls up all of the leads that are in your database. So if you have someone that's come into your open house and they've registered through the open house app, you can use this feature to send these to them without having to go to a different platform. So I'm not going to send an email today. And then when you go in and send these, this is the page, this is the link that is sent. And I showed this last week, but I wanted to emphasize it this week, that this is your digitally branded footprint you're sending to them. And because you've built out your KvCORE platform, all your coordinates are in there. If you wanted to request a showing, bam, right there is all my information. And they can personalize it and they can send it. I can choose a date and time. Let's say I want to do tomorrow at 11. There it is. And it just showed up on my phone. It's got the text message on it because I have the KvCORE app. You just heard that ding. I just got an email telling me that they want to see this property. For me personally, when I use the MLS links to share properties, I don't get any of that activity going on. I don't know if they've looked at it. For them to arrange a showing, you have to text through standard texting. But as I just demonstrated right there, because we're so connected with the KvCORE platform and we have the app on our phone, we have our email notifications turned on, our text message, you can see how instant that was. And it keeps the client within your digital footprint. There are agents out there that are using Zillow links to share listing details with. I even see it posted on Facebook, on social, and they're using Zillow links. Please stop doing that. We don't need to do that because we have an IDX compatible, fully branded website that we can use. So really, I think that feature is probably one of the more powerful when you're working with buyers, because you want to keep them within your digital footprint. So let's take a deeper look into this. You get the overview. Overview is a direct feed from MLS. The gallery is the photos, all the same photos that are on MLS, because this is all a direct feed, the map. I did similar listings. I got nearby listings. Let's view activity. So right now, because I don't market this area, I don't have any activity to show you.
What kind of activity would that be?
Well, we're going to go to one that has activity. There's no timeline. I don't market Citrus Heights, but I do have 3 buyers, 3 potential buyers. 2 of them are active, because you can see that I've had activity going on within them. This one is over a year ago. So I know this buyer because I keep on top of my database, and that was a Craigslist lead that came in. Within this, you can see that we have open houses coming up. So let's go and look at a different property, because I'm going to illustrate some additional points here. So within mine, I have saved all of the EXP listings in 95747. The last listing that went live here was on the 17th. You pull this up. I'll go to matching buyers. Now, because I market 95747, I have 11 potential buyers. So this goes back to the discussion I had about doing property boosts in your zip code and doing open houses in your zip code and creating a farm within your zip code. As you do this and those buyer leads register, you're going to get more and more matches that pop up. Activity. So Ted looked at this property. Ted's an active buyer. Pitt Miller, my preferred lender, he just pre-qualified. Will you close that door? He just pre-qualified Ted. And so now I'm going to have Ted look at this property. And so if I want to email this property to Ted, I can send via email, type in Ted, and there he is. That's his name pops up. This is why I'm emphasizing this, is because there's so many integrated features within this within the listings feature that it makes it easier for you to work with your clients. Now, let's look at some other things here. Obviously, there's the property boost. So if I wanted to go in and boost the property, I could go through that. This is an old listing, been on the market since the 17th. So it's not a property that I want to boost right now. I missed out on the opportunity when it came out initially. I'll admit to that. There is an open house coming up this weekend, but let's look at more actions. Let's say I wanted to put this on Craigslist. Did you guys just catch all that? Here, let me do that again because it goes quick. This thing is already pre-programmed to put this on Craigslist. So let's go and put it on Craigslist. As you can see, I'm just going to more actions. And I'm saying Craigslist. There it is. Boom, 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 boom. Done.
What's your thought of, are you getting a lot of reaction from Craigslist?
Yes, I get 2 or 3 leads a week from Craigslist posts. Because when they go in and register to look at this out, when they go in to look at the house, they can look at 5 houses before they're forced to register. That's how I have mine set up. You could have them look at as many houses as they want. You could say 2, do A/B testing, find out what works. But if you don't do this, you'll never have an opportunity to pick up a lead. But as you can see, if you build it into your schedule and say, okay, I'm focused on my farm and I'm going to boost in my farm. That's how easy it is to do. We don't have to go in and copy and paste photos. We don't have to go in and think, well, what's my title going to be? We don't have to go in and do this, none of this stuff. And then right here, there's a smart text code that goes to my smart number. And again, my smart number, I recommend everybody buy for $30 a month, is right here. It's my dedicated number that goes to my platform. All right, so let's do this. Let's go in. I'm going to go back to all listings. I'm sorry, I'm not in the right tab. All listings. And let's filter this, and we'll just go for Roseville. We're going to wait for Roseville to pop up. And we're going to apply that filter. So now here's all of the current listings in Roseville. Just listed on the 6th, the 6th, the 6th. So we got some recent activity. So let's go in and look at this one. Now, when they're non-EXP listings, you have to go get permission from the listing agent to go and list these things. But do I have matching buyers for it? Let's see what we got. Yeah, I have 13. So this is a brand new listing, and I have 13 potential buyers for it. So I'm going to go in and contact each one of these and say, hey, I have great news. We have a new listing just hit the market. I think you're going to love it. There's no listing time available activity. I've had no one view it yet. And then nearby listings, all of these are available. So if I wanted to go in and I wanted to share this on Facebook, I can go into Facebook and I can post it to Facebook. And there it is. Now, in this case, Facebook doesn't give me the verbiage to say. So then you got to come up with something to say. So what I do is I take this right here and I'll copy it. I'll jump over to my AI and I'll say, summarize this for a social post. Just like that. There you go. It added emojis, it added hashtags. And the reason it did this for me is because I've trained my AI to be my personal digital assistant. I've taken the time to do it, and I use AI. Sometimes I use AI too much during a day, and it comes back to me and says, you exceeded your prompts for the day. I've used it too much. But guys, it's just a time saver. Steve and I have talked about the results, and sometimes you can tell they're too AI-ish. And so there is sites that you can go that you can scrub it of the AI. But one thing I've told AI to do is to stop using descriptive adjectives, because a lot of times they'll put all of these big describing words that I don't talk that way. So I don't want them in my description.
How long did it take you to train it?
So within that space, there is really 6 really critical steps that you have to go through in order to get to the point where it's literally like having a copywriter sitting right there. It's like having someone that has a master's degree sitting right next to you. And so now I can say, make it more professional. And now it makes it more professional. If I want it to be humorous, I can make it humorous, lighthearted. You know, all these options are available once you train it, once you train your AI with your goals and objectives. So I'm not going to post this because I don't have permission. I'm just using it as an example. So under more actions, if you wanted to do the core presentation, this is an option for every property within MLS, and it creates the presentation for you. And now you have the presentation. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but it's there as another option. QR code, print a flyer, post on Twitter, email to hashtag. So say you did an open house or you had a property boost. Because we have hashtags associated with every property boost or open house that we do, I can go in here and say, okay, I want to go and send it to this this hashtag. And so now it'll find those hashtags in your database and it'll email it to them. Okay, obviously you got to come up with, you know, the verbiage. And that's why I go back to hashtags. You got to hashtag everything. Because if I wanted this to go to multiple hashtags, I could do that. But as you go towards what we have termed digital domination of your farm, you'll see that using the listings tab, it gives you a lot more flexibility in how you're sending the data out. It makes you much more efficient. Do we have these options through MLS? I mean, myself, I have worked hard to figure out a good way to use our MLS platform to really communicate. And it's just, it blows my mind that how inefficient it is. And then I came over here and started playing around with this thing, and I'm like, wow, this is amazing. It really is amazing. It is something I will point out is that it used to have the commission that was offered. It used to be part of this, but obviously that's been removed now. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, print a flyer. It has that available. I know that some of us really get hung up with the flyers and see this thing go. As you can see, I have my vanity domain plugged in. So that's the flyer that comes up. You know, I myself, I used to get really deep into the weeds when it came to these flyers, and then I'm going to go and create and do all these things. And I just use what's available to me. What else can I show you? You know, the QR code. Oh, add to save. All right. So say you have a client that you want to save this in their activity. So I know this guy, Ted, he's probably interested in it. And I won't send him a text or an email. I'm just going to put it into his saved properties. So now that was just added to Ted's saved properties.
So when he opens, he'll see that when he opens.
Yes, when he goes in, I know he's an active user on the platform. And so when he goes in next time, he'll see that, okay, my agent sent me this property. So that's what I have for you guys. I think it is one of the more powerful features of the platform. And the more I use it, the more I realize just how valuable it is. And so when you go in here, you can search for all company listings. You can put all these filters in so that you can get to the listings quickly. But here's all of the EXP listings in our market. And, you know, they're sorted by date automatically. So if I'm going in here and I'm looking for something in my market area, I could search this also by city. Here's one in Lincoln. You know, Lincoln, and, you know, it's not Roseville. I get that. But hey, let's go ahead and we want to post this to Craigslist. Bam, I just posted it to Craigslist. There it is, it's done. So everyone here should be posting a couple listings a week, and then also posting to Facebook as well. We should all be doing this because it gives us an opportunity to generate leads. And at the end of the day, that's what we want to do. We want to generate leads. So, all right, that's what I have for you. Steve, do you have anything to add?
I really encourage everybody to please go to the school platform. If you could put that in the chat, Alex. All of these recordings are going to be posted there, and they're free for you guys to go back and revisit. Alex and I are working diligently to bring some of these more advanced tools to you, which the school platform is going to have them available. So I'm going to just leave everyone with that. We're going to stop this recording in 1 minute, and then we're going to do a 15-minute Q&A. So that will also be recorded and posted in the school SKOOL platform that Alex has created. Have a great weekend, everybody.
My question was back to the beginning.
Give me a second and we'll get the recording going.
Okay.
All right, Steve, you're going to restart the recording again?
I'm gonna look at it. How much do you think we should have paid?